As children get older, their needs, skills and injury risks change. Children aged 1 year and over are busy exploring their world and mastering new skills. They begin to develop skills such as walking, running and climbing, which means they can reach potentially dangerous hazards more easily. They can start to learn about safety, but they do not always remember what they've been taught and cannot always assess situations accurately. To help you prepare for your child reaching this new stage, here are some simple steps you can take to keep them safe. Whenever children are passengers in a vehicle, they should be seated in the most appropriate child car restraint for their age and size. Children 6 months to 4 years of age are required by law to use either an approved rearward-facing or forward-facing child car restraint with an inbuilt harness that is properly fitted and adjusted to the vehicle and the child's body. Children 4 to 7 years of age are required by law to use either an approved forward-facing child car restraint with an inbuilt harness or a dedicated booster seat with an adult lap sash seatbelt. Make sure you refer to the child car restraint manual to ensure that the child car restraint is properly fitted and adjusted to the vehicle and the child's body. Make sure that your child stays in the appropriate restraint for as long as possible before progressing to the next stage. Once your child outgrows the maximum limits of the seat, they can then progress to the next stage. Ensure your child car restraint meets the Australian standards and is not purchased overseas. If the restraint is second-hand, make sure you know the history of the seat. It should be less than 10 years old and have never been involved in a car accident. Authorised child car restraint fitting services can assist you by correctly installing your child car restraint and showing you how to use it. Contact Kidsafe in your state or territory for information on your nearest fitting service. Children should always travel in the back seat of cars. It is safer for them. It is against the law for children under 7 years old to sit in the front seat of the car. Children between 4 and 7 years may only sit in the front seat of the car if all of the back seats are occupied by children under 7 years of age and if they are restrained correctly. Contact your local Kidsafe for more details. Kidsafe WA recommends that children under 12 years old do not sit in the front seat. Children can be a distraction to the driver, making safe driving difficult. Young children become bored easily and can be very vocal, not only testing your patience by demanding your attention, but also your ability to keep them restrained. Plan ahead and supply your child with toys, music, books or activities to keep them entertained while driving. Always demonstrate safe driving practices, such as making sure everyone's seatbelts are fastened before starting the car. On an Australian summer's day, the temperature inside a car can be over 20 degrees Celsius hotter than the outside temperature. And the majority of this temperature rise occurs within the first 10 minutes of being parked. Hot cars can be very dangerous for children, and you could also be putting them at risk of other dangers when left unattended. Never leave your child in a car alone under any circumstances. Leaving children unattended in a car is against the law. Create a safe play area for children outside the home and make sure all access to the front of the house, driveway and street is blocked. This is not only important in metropolitan areas, but also rural areas and farms to protect children from adult hazards and workplaces. Always supervise children when they are around cars. When moving your vehicle or leaving somewhere where children are present, do a quick walk around your car to make sure no children or toys are present. Even great technology like reverse cameras and sensors do not replace the need for this check with your own eyes. If you need to move your vehicle when you are the only adult supervising your child, buckle them into the car securely before moving the vehicle. As your child learns to walk, you may feel that they have flippers for feet as they are constantly tripping over. Be aware of things in your home that your child could come into contact with if they fell, such as corners of benches, coffee tables, and glass doors. Consider moving these out of the way or adding corner protectors. For overall house safety, install smoke detectors, safety cut-off switches, a hot water tempering device, and ensure all furniture is stable and secure to reduce the risk of toppling furniture. Stairs are dangerous for children as they lack the balance and coordination to get up and down them safely. Installing a gate at the bottom and top of stairs prevents children from climbing them. There is a wide variety of gates available, including those that can be attached to the wall or pressure mounted so no holes or marks are left. Along with installing barriers and gates, it is a good idea to teach your child how to navigate 1 or 2 steps of the stairs safely under supervision. Always make sure that your child is strapped into prams, strollers and high chairs, and ensure these items are in good condition with a stable base. Common household items like buttons, beads, coins, and some small toys are perfectly safe for older children and adults, but they can be choking hazards for young children. Make sure that none of these are left on the floor or anywhere that young children can reach them. Install guards around fires, heaters, and on top of stoves, and teach children about why these are in place. Choose low fire risk children's nightwear that is close-fitting and made of less flammable material, and always look for the fire risk label. Curtain and blind cords can be a strangulation risk to children. Ensure that all blinds and curtain cords are 1.6 metres above the ground, and keep furniture such as cots or changing tables away from blind and curtain cords. Various cord shorteners or wind-ups can be purchased to reduce the length of cords. Outlet plugs can be purchased to prevent children sticking objects into unused power points. Alternatively, try to position furniture in front of power points to prevent access. Make sure to keep electrical appliances away from water. Remember, electricity and water don't mix. Many household products can be potentially poisonous to children, such as cleaners, essential oils, medication, alcohol, and beauty products. Medication, specifically paracetamol, is the most common cause of poisoning in children. Store all potential poisons in a high, locked cupboard where children cannot access them. Always store potentially poisonous products in their original containers with labelling clear and intact. Never store poisons with food and drink. If you suspect your child has come into contact with something poisonous, pick up the child and the poisons container. Take them to the phone and call the Poisons Information Centre on 13 11 26. This number is Australia-wide and runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Button batteries can be found in a number of products around the home, including remote controls, watches, novelty items, and toys. When swallowed, a button battery can become lodged in a child's throat, which can cause severe burns and tissue damage within 2 hours of ingestion. Have a look around your home to identify if you have any items with button batteries. Ensure the batteries are well secured and place them out of reach of children. If you suspect your child has swallowed a button battery, call the Poisons Information Line on 13 11 26 immediately. However, if the child is choking or struggling to breathe with airway obstruction, phone 000 for an ambulance. Toppling furniture and TVs can be dangerous to children. As young children are curious, they may climb furniture such as bookcases, drawers, wardrobes, and TV cabinets. This could be dangerous as the weight of a child could cause the item to tip over and result in serious injury. To reduce the risk of toppling furniture, choose low-set furniture with a wide and sturdy base. Use furniture straps or brackets to secure TVs and furniture to the wall. And finally, avoid placing attractive items such as toys up high. This will reduce the risk of climbing. Hot bath water can badly burn your child. When preparing a bath, use the cold tap first and last to make sure the bath spout will be cool to touch. Always test the temperature of the water before bathing your child. Make sure you have everything you need to bath your child, and if you have to leave the room even for a second, take your child with you. Use non-slip bath mats or stickers to help reduce the risk of slipping over in the bath. Do not leave children alone around water or in the care of older siblings. Ensure children do not have access to hazardous bathroom items such as appliances or razors. Feeding time for toddlers can be fun and messy as they are introduced to new flavours and textures. Introduce solid foods by grating or finely chopping them. This helps to prevent choking. It is also important to ensure toddlers are sitting down whenever consuming food or drinks to reduce the risk of choking. When preparing food, you may prefer to keep kids out of the kitchen altogether. This can be done by putting a gate across the entrance of the kitchen or placing the child in a safe play area where they are in view. Hot food and drinks are the most common cause of burns and scalds in children. To protect against burns and scalds in the kitchen, ensure all appliances are pushed towards the back of benches out of children's reach. Use the rear elements on the stovetop first. Turn handles towards the back of the stove and consider installing stove guards and oven knob covers. Keep hot food and drinks safely out of reach of children in the centre of the table and use non-slip placemats instead of tablecloths to prevent children from pulling tablecloths down. Never hold a child while you are consuming hot food or drink. As children get older, involving them in cooking can be a fun way to spend time together and learn new skills. If they are helping you in the kitchen, let them help with tasks such as mixing and measuring, but do not let them handle knives or boiling water. If the unthinkable happens and your child sustains a burn or scald, remove any wet clothing and put the affected area under cool running water for 20 minutes. Keep the child warm and seek urgent medical care. There is an Australian standard covering toys from birth to 3 years. Use toys recommended for your child's age. Toys need to be durable, washable, have smooth edges, have no small parts, and be in good condition. Make sure to regularly check toys for broken or missing parts. If you have older children, keep their toys separate to younger children's, especially if they have small parts. Small-wheeled devices include scooters, skateboards and rollerblades. Using bicycles and small-wheeled devices are a great activity for the whole family and help children's coordination, fitness and provide entertainment. Always supervise children when they are using a bicycle or small-wheeled device. Children should always use a bicycle or small-wheeled device suited to their age and size. Regardless of age, even when they are passengers in infant bike seats, children should always wear a helmet that fits their head correctly and wear enclosed shoes every time they ride. Make sure that you wear safety equipment too. Being a good role model will reinforce the message to your children. Children should ride on footpaths and should not ride on the road. Teach children the rules of the road to ensure they understand what to do and teach them to be aware of cars entering and exiting driveways. Do not expect children to remember everything you tell them. It needs to be constantly reinforced. Make sure play equipment such as swings, trampolines and slides are in good condition. Supervise children at all times when using play equipment and teach children how to use the equipment safely. Install play equipment on a soft surface such as deep sand to minimise injuries if children fall. Clothes and hats with strings and toggles as well as jewellery can easily get caught on play equipment, putting children at risk of strangulation. Remove these items before playing. Insect bites and stings are the most common type of animal injury in children. Restrict access to areas where creepy crawlies may live or hide, and ensure you know how to deal with an insect bite or sting if it occurs. Pets are a great addition to the family. It is important for children to enjoy pets with supervision from parents and to teach them how to interact with animals appropriately. Drowning is the most common cause of accidental death in children under 5 years of age. Toddlers are most at risk as they often have the mobility to access water, but not the skills to prevent drowning. The pool isn't the only place a child can drown. Children can drown in as little as 5 centimetres of water. Install mesh over fish ponds and always empty paddling pools, buckets and baths immediately after use. To help reduce the risk of drowning, follow these 4 steps from the Royal Lifesaving Society WA's Keep Watch program. Always supervise toddlers around water. Active supervision means being within arm's reach, even if the water is not deep, whether in a pool, bath or other water source. Create a barrier between water and your child. Make sure all pools are fenced with a self-closing, self-latching gate that is in good working order. Never prop the gate open and check that there is nothing leaning against the barrier or nearby that a child could use to climb over the fence. Familiarise your toddler with water through water familiarisation classes or an infant aquatics program. Remember, however, that this will not make them drown-proof, and even children who are confident swimmers are still at risk of drowning. Respond in an emergency. If children are missing, always look in water locations first. It is worthwhile enrolling in a CPR and first aid course and updating your skills regularly. It can also be helpful to have a resuscitation chart in the pool area to provide a reminder of your skills. Most of all, enjoy your child as they learn and develop. Visit the Kidsafe WA website for a copy of the Home Safety Checklist. This will help you identify the risks and show you how to reduce the risk of hazards and prevent injury. Remember, Kidsafe WA recommends a 3-step process to help eliminate risk. Get down to a child's level and view the world from their perspective. Spot the hazards around the home. Once you've identified a danger, act immediately and remove the hazard. Finally, be prepared. It's a good idea to do a first aid course and have emergency contact numbers on hand. For more information, go to the Kidsafe WA website, www.kidsafewa.com.au.